Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You are back with Trish and Steve and our special guest, Yvette Cameron. Hi, both of you.
Hello, hello. Good to see you again, Trish.
Hey, good to see everyone. How are you?
All good. Well, first of all, Steve and I, we have both been on the road a ton these past couple weeks. So we have not had very many work breaks, but we're taking one today. And we thought it would be fun to have you on, Yvette, because I feel like we haven't connected in person for a minute, which I know we'll be rectifying probably shortly. But in the meantime, I wanted to have you on and just see what you're up to, find out what Oracle's up to, and kind of just get the scoop.
I love it. I love it. So, take it away, Trish. Hit me with questions.
I will say this, Trish. I was talking to someone yesterday. I won't name this person. It's a name known to you, though, Trish. A very old friend of ours, a very old friend of the show, an industry person. And he said to me, "Who's doing really interesting stuff? Who's what's got you fired up? In the space, in the HR space, the HCM technology space." And I'm not just saying this, Yvette. I promise you. And I literally told him, I said, I was just at an Oracle event a week or so ago, and those guys are killing it. They're absolutely killing it with what they're doing with capability, with design, with usability, with user experience. I said that was like the first thing out of my mouth, and literally yesterday, Yvette, this happened. So that's what I'm going to chime in. I did see Yvette a couple of weeks ago out at the Cloud Analyst Summit there at Oracle HQ, which is, by the way, a fantastic place to visit.
Thank you.
But man, you guys are doing a great job. So yeah, I'm sucking up a little bit, fine. But I'm telling you, I say that privately. I bring the story up because I have that conversation privately with industry people. So there you go.
Well, thank you. And I have to tell you, my excitement is equal to I'm a nerd for all things HCM technology and impact. But what we've been doing lately, both with our technology and some of our research findings, has been just so inspiring and exciting. With our recent launch of Oracle Grow, we could talk about that if we want, bringing, an AI-driven personalized coach to each individual person, an experience that feels like my social media feed. I mean, who isn't excited by stuff like that, right? It's amazing.
Yeah.
We've also done a lot of research too, and I'd love to share some of the feedback and the results from the research that we've done.
Yeah, why don't we start with Oracle Grow? I know that Steve and I have both had briefings recently. It's super exciting. We've talked about it a little bit on the podcast. I wasn't at the Oracle event because I was at Unleash, where I was with your colleague, Chris Havrilla, and heard more about Oracle Grow in depth. So for anyone who might not be familiar, could you give us just a quick rundown on what that is and how you all are seeing that take shape?
Yeah, absolutely. So Oracle Grow is the latest addition to Oracle Me, our employee experience platform. And Oracle Grow brings everything that an individual needs for learning and skills development and career mobility and connection and growth for today and growth in their careers for the future. It's all brought together in a single experience. So we're solving a lot of the challenges that individual employees face and that businesses face with multiple technologies that operate to develop one area in a silo, et cetera. And we brought it all together in an AI-powered engine that really does act as the personal coach for the individual. And it's constantly monitoring not just the activities of the individual, but across the entire organization, really monitoring all of those, thousands, millions of little micro actions that happen across the organization to constantly bring refreshed recommendations for learning and skills and careers and connections and mentors, et cetera. It's a super exciting capability, and we're so excited to be bringing it to market.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you're sharing it too, because then you mentioned that you have some new research. It's interesting because Steve and I got a little preview before launch, and now that it's launched, a lot of the sort of the things you're mentioning with Oracle Grow and Oracle Me more broadly, sort of that personalized approach to your own career, right, from start to finish. A lot of those things were issues that came up in some of the research. And I'd just love to hear you, talk a little bit about that, and we can dive into maybe some of the specifics of the actual report.
Yeah, exactly. One of the reasons, and I'll get to the research in a second, one of the reasons that we brought Oracle Grow to the market, excuse me, I'm suffering from a little allergy situation here, is because so many employees were indicating that they were feeling, not well supported, not heard, not understood. And we wanted to bring the technology forward that makes experiences for individuals and gives them that agency over their careers in a very intuitive, natural way, excuse me, in a way that, is in the flow of work. And things like the research we just did, we just today published research called, I believe we're calling it HR Pulse Survey. And we surveyed about 3,000 individuals across the US, the UK, and Australia, just to get a pulse on the market, right? To kind of keep tabs on what are individuals saying, what are business leaders saying now as we're several years, like what are we in our fourth year of the pandemic, post-pandemic situation, and what are the challenges? And what we did here and what we confirmed in our survey is that employees are saying, sadly, they feel like just a cog in the wheel. Some stats, let me quote these for you. So 81% of employees feel like they're just a cog in the wheel. And it's interesting, despite all of the economic turmoil, the challenges.
I think in our firm, you bet it's 100%, by the way. I'm sorry.
Don't say that.
No.
That's not even funny.
Maybe it's lower.
We take that back.
No, but what we found is that there were two interesting stats, and one was really surprising for me in this research. So on one hand, employees are saying, it was 84% of employees are saying it's more difficult today than it was at the start of the pandemic to be successful in their careers. And, that's not an incredible surprise for me. I mean, there's been a lot of changes, moved to remote work, hybrid work, organizations really trying to understand how to operate in this new normal. But what was surprising to me is that 60% of employees say that despite all this economic turmoil, despite it being harder than ever to be successful in their careers, they have higher expectations of their employers than they did also at the start of the pandemic. So they're saying that they have higher expectations around things like having pay raises that are keeping pace with inflation, around having flexible work options. There's no surprise there. Also having more learning and development opportunities, because employees are really concerned about their future growth in this time again of the employees feeling that they may have to take on a second job. There's just a lot of concern around what is their employer doing for their growth and their future. So again, it's for, I think, these kinds of reasons that for sure that we invested in areas like Oracle Me and Oracle Grow recently to bring all of that together.
Yeah, you guys have done a really good job, I think, at Oracle of responding to these really practical challenges, right? Of employee experience expectations on the rise, demand for development, upskilling and reskilling, alignment, right? The organization's challenges with the real harsh business realities, right, that a lot of organizations are facing now, and also simultaneously have to still compete for talent in what in most areas of our economy is still a really tough labor market. So I think Oracle Me and now the new Oracle Grow products speak to those challenges really directly. And it lines up also with some of the data I read in the survey this morning about how lots of people don't feel like they have the right tools to help meet these challenges, but they believe that technology can help them meet those challenges. So I think there's a lot of great synergy there between what you guys are, what the research is saying, and then what the product teams and the strategy teams have been developing.
Well, absolutely. And this research just underscored previous research we had done as well, with HR saying they recognize, excuse me, the importance of investing in the employee experience and also ensuring that they are targeting and focusing their top performers, right? They recognize if they're not creating the right experiences, they're not really working to improve the experiences of those top performers, that their businesses will suffer. I mean, HR is truly a direct, cornerstone to business success and how it's addressing these particular needs. And for the majority, HR is also saying that Technology is critical. They have had challenges with some of their approaches in the past, and they're looking to new technologies, new approaches to bringing it together, improving those experiences, and really partnering with their technology vendor to drive their strategies forward. And so we've got employees who have high expectations. We have HR who admits that they've been struggling to meet these constantly changing and rising expectations of the workers. And they're looking for new approaches with their technology partner to address these. And so that's where, when I think about Oracle Grow and how we have infuse this with AI to make it a highly personalized experience, right, is really important. The use of emerging technologies like generative AI, which Oracle is investing in as well, to simplify and streamline processes so that, again, we're meeting the needs of employees, we're meeting the needs of managers. I think now more than ever, technology focused on improving the experiences of employees and ultimately driving better outcomes is critical for business success. And the survey and the results just clearly make that a strong case for that investment in that partnership.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. One thing I want to do really quick is I'm just going to pop this up there. We'll also tweet out the link because this is not a clickable link, but for anyone who wants to get more information, see the whole report. It is called When Employee Expectations and Business Realities Collide. I want to just say, I mean, some of the facts and figures and statistics that are in the survey were not a huge surprise, right? If you've been in the industry for a long time, some were. One that really stood out to me, Yvette, and I just love to get your perspective on this specifically, is that if you don't have technology, right, there are things that you may not be able to do. And so one of the stats was 88% of employees would walk away from a job that does not meet their expectations of a positive employee experience, even during a recession. And I feel like that alone, right? We've had dissatisfied employees for a long time, right? Ever since we've all three been in the workforce. But we've never maybe had such a high percentage who were actually willing to leave. I'd love to just hear your thoughts on that, either from clients you talk to or just your wider view of the industry.
So it's interesting, and I'm so glad you brought that particular one up, because when I read that stat, that initially surprised me. But then I thought back on conversations I'm having with, people around me, like, children, adult children of colleagues of mine, talking with customers, etc. I think the pandemic, we know it changed things forever. And as far as expectations of individuals, we realize how precious life is. We realize how precious our time is, and that work-life balance for many has become so much of a priority than it was before. The days of working for a company for 20 years and just giving it your all and having no life, those days are largely over now, and the pandemic changed our mindsets. And I was talking with a colleague just yesterday whose daughter is highly skilled. She's got all this great experience, but she refuses to work for an organization who is going to require her to be in the office over a certain period of time. I can't turn, there we go. And so unless she can find employment at companies that will allow her to be remote 4 days I'm sorry.
No worries. Hey, this is why we're live, right? This is real life.
Exactly.
This is really live, right?
I had my beagle barking earlier, so we're all good.
But this girl is representative of so many in our work industry now. If you can't meet my expectations, whether it's on flexibility, work-life balance, choice in my employee benefits, if you can't help me alleviate and prevent burnout, I'm not going to come work for you. And people leaving existing jobs to go find that is becoming more and more prominent. We're seeing the rise of the gig workforce. Companies like ours supporting the extended workforce, we have to think differently. It's just the old ways of the past are done. That we're absolutely done with those old ways.
Yeah. Thanks for addressing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're definitely feeling more empowered as workers. That's certain. So, well, Steve, we've talked a lot about work, and it's a work break. but Yvette mentioned sort of having work-life balance. What do you got? You usually have something really good for us in terms of helping us balance out work with fun.
All right.
Oh gosh, what do you
real
have?
quick. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned I was going to obtain the ranch ice cream from Van Leeuwen.
Oh no!
Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream, which I do have some right here.
Are you going to do a taste test live? Here we go.
It smells like it smells ranchy. It smells like almost like those like ranch potato chip kind of thing.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Is it good?
Outstanding.
Is it good?
Yep.
Yep.
It's
good.
Great. Recommend it. Shout out to Van Leeuwen. You can only get this. I don't know if I've had this for a while. We talked about this a few weeks ago, and we had no chance to do the show.
Certainly,
you can only get this at Walmart. Walmart only sells these. Because I was in a Van Leeuwen store. I was in Pennsylvania at some point, and I went to a Van Leeuwen ice cream shop, and I asked for the ranch ice cream. They didn't have it. They said it's only at Walmart. So I did get my hands on some. Here we go. I'm gonna have a little more. Why not?
Steve, I feel like Yvette and I are both like a big no.
Yvette's shaking her head.
No, that is a big no for me on that one.
Yvette, I have one final fun one, and it's a collab that I recently took part in here. And maybe you're on board. I think we're about the same age. Did you grow up watching Sesame Street at all?
It was on, but that was not my show of choice. But I did watch it a little.
Show of choice. What was the one you watched?
Do you remember? Was it Electric Company? I think.
I do know that one.
Freeman, right? And Rita Moreno. Yeah. Oh, they had like all the good people on Electric Company.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm not a big Walmart person. I just don't like to go into big stores anyway. I don't know why, but I was there not too long ago, and in the spring like discount aisle, they had a collab between Sesame Street and Wet n Wild makeup. You actually I bought makeup brushes. I have my Big Bird and my Cookie Monster makeup brushes. Aren't they cute? And then they have all kinds of things. I only bought a couple just.
But we all want that Big Bird yellow face, right?
Right.
Who doesn't?
And look, these are, so it's funny. What I'm thinking is that so Wet n Wild isn't a makeup brand I typically buy, but when you take things that are like, I don't know, that I like from my childhood and stick it on some Wet n Wild makeup, it actually works really well. So
it's
these
exactly how this works, right?
Right.
Everybody loves ranch dressing. Most people love ice cream.
Right. So I guess, I don't know. Perfect collab. So Yvette, I think what we're trying to say is we want Oracle to collab with somebody that seems, I don't know, out in left field. I mean, you're gonna have to think about that. You've got the power, you've got the vision. So I don't know what kind of collab can Oracle do.
I think let's come back. Let's come back in 6 months, and we'll talk.
I believe. Yeah, and I'm going to pitch this out there. I believe, or I won't name the company in case I'm wrong. I believe Oracle has a very significant customer that's in the kind of snack food domain. I could see like an Oracle co-branded cool snack item with that.
We have snack foods. We have some really interesting quick serve customers. I can see some food theme here, though. I like.
I'm sure the Oracle marketing folks are going to watch this and jump right on it.
I know. I've just lost my job now. Thank you, guys.
I know. I'm sorry.
No.
Anyway,
sorry. No. With all respect to the brand owner there. No, on those.
Yeah. Well, anyway, hey, thank you, Yvette, for coming on. Thank you for sharing about Oracle Grow, Oracle Me, and also the newest report that's out. We will be sure to actually tweet out the link that you can click on. But please make note of it and reach out to Yvette. Yvette, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Twitter. Where else? Anywhere else people should find you? Or are those the major places?
Those are my primaries. Yeah.
Good. Well, thanks for coming on, taking a little bit of a break away from work with us, and we'll check back with you in about 6 months and see what's up.
I love it. All right, guys. Okay. Take care. Enjoy.
Thanks everyone for watching. We'll catch you again soon.